like to welcome all those joining us here at New Orleans Square Station on board the excursion train. We are on a grand circle tour around Disneyland Park. Our next stop is Mickey's Toontown Depot, gateway to Fantasyland. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Hands, arms, feet inside. Supervise your children. Make sure they're seated on their bottoms, on a bench, or a lap of an adult. Anyone under 7 inside the row.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a las pequeñas. Gracias.
We're now entering the Bayou, home to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Take a sneak peek at the big party Princess Tiana is throwing, where the welcome is warm, the music is hot, and the company is sweet as honey. Here in Bayou Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Louis the Alligator, and other beloved critters on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of ear, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop.
Alright, this is Toontown Depot and Fantasyland. Please wait for the train to be fully stopped. If you're going to step down here, to get to Toontown, go under the bridge and the train is parked on. Everything else is Fantasyland. In just 25 minutes from now, they'll be opening the Pixar-powered Playtime Party here at the Fantasyland Theater. I'd like to welcome all those joining us here at Toontown Depot. This is the excursion train. We are halfway around our Grand Circle tour. And then we started at Main Street. Our next stop is Tomorrowland. Please, for your safety, remain seated at all times. Hands, arms, feet inside the train. Supervise children. Make sure they're sitting down on their bottoms at all times on a bench or lap of an adult. Anyone under 7 inside the row.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal amigos y bienvenidos a bordo? Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
下船していただく指示が出されるまでは席を立たないでください。ご協力ありがとうございます。
Please do make sure your hands, arms, feet, legs, and head stay inside of the windows and the doorways. Thank you.
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
And please do stay seated until the train is fully stopped at the end of the platform. We have Space Mountain here, our tours. Autopia is right here, and behind these cars, the monorail station. You might even find Evo if you hop on a submarine ride. If you're hungry, Galactic Grill and Alien Pizza Planet. Welcome to those joining us here at Tomorrowland Station. This is the excursion. We're on the last leg of our Grand Circle tour back to Main Street. Coming up next, two of the largest dioramas in the world. The Grand Canyon, over 300 feet long, and the Primeval World, over 400 feet long. If you want to take pictures inside of our dioramas, make sure there's no flash video lighting and no light-up toys. Always remain seated for your safety. Keep your hands, arms, feet inside the train and supervise your children at all times.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to
And folks, as a reminder, all passengers do need to be seated at all times, including your children and babies. Thank you.
Stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially...
Alright, this is Main Street, USA, completing our Grand Circle tour. If you're exiting here, please stay seated till the train is no longer moving and before you step down. Also remember, we don't have any ramps at this station and just 12 steps in the front or the back of the train. If you're staying on board, our next station will be New Orleans Square. If you're leaving here, thanks for riding with us on the Disneyland Railroad.
Your attention, please. Last call for the Disneyland Limited. Now leaving for a complete trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom through the Grand Canyon and Primeval World. Stop at Frontierland, Mickey's, Toontown and Tomorrowland. Last call.
Welcome to the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety and for the safety of those around you, we ask that you please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, legs, feet inside of the moving train at all times. Please supervise your children, keeping them away from train openings, also making sure they remain seated during this ride. Thank you. Our next stop, New Orleans Square Station.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station, but to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there, literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square. This station also serves Frontierland and Bayou Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment.
We're now arriving at New Orleans Square Station. Please remain seated until the train comes to a full complete stop. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full complete stop. This would be your stop if you wanted to get to Pirates, Indiana Jones, Mansion, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and also a closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Thank you.